Hello, I'm Jacob Graf, and I've been running as long as I can remember, at least since 3rd grade. Running has taught me many life lessons. I've learned running is not only an individual sport, but also a team sport, where respecting, helping, and encouraging other runners has helped me become not only a better athlete, but also a better person, teammate, and friend.
Jake was always laughing and smiling unless he had a bad race or unless he was getting ready to race. When Jake was younger, he always liked to mess around and be goofy around the family.
He always had a smile. He was always joking around, had a lot of energy.
Goofy, fun-loving, silly, always wanted to make everybody laugh.
Energetic and fun, live life to its fullest.
Jake was the best. He was a great leader. He was positive. He was fun.
Very easy to talk to, and just an all-around good kid.
We came home. We got home about 9:15, and first thing, his friend Ryan called him and asked if he could come over, asked if Jake wanted to go to the Y, and Jake said no, he was too tired, he just wanted to rest. And so Ryan came over. And that normally happened when Jake would come home for a college break. Ryan would be here, or somebody would be here. Ryan came a lot because he was in town. And so that was really when Ryan came over, they were in here in the front room.
New on Daybreak, IUPUI Athletics Department says it is mourning the loss of one of its student athletes.
An 18-year-old freshman who died in what police are calling an accidental shooting at his home. Drew Blair is on the story and has more about what we know and what happened.
Oh, good morning, guys. New this hour, we have new reaction from IUPUI that says Jake Graf had a really bright future. He was just starting his college running career at IUPUI, and we're learning he was known as a standout in Logansport, where he went to high school. This is what you see when you log on to IUPUI's athletics website this morning. According to the Ferris Tribune, Graf died in the overnight hours Thursday morning after a gun went off in his parents' home. Now you're going to see pictures from Graf's Facebook page. Police say he was in the living room with a friend. The two had a handgun out when the gun discharged, shooting Graf. His parents were asleep and the friend ran to them for help. The paper reports police say neither drugs nor alcohol appeared to be a factor, and that a lieutenant working the case called it a shame.
He made an impact on a lot of people, and he had a love-hate relationship with running, but he had a good relationship with the IUPUI team, and made friends. Jake didn't just have one group. We found out afterwards. Everybody said Jake was my best friend, and it was crazy because he had this group, 2 people. He would run with this group of 2 people. He would run with this group of 2 people, and he had Kelsey, his girlfriend, and we thought, how did he have time to run with all these people? And then we find out the kids from the other schools that he was friends with and kept in touch with, and I guess maybe with social media it helps, but he was never home. He was always out with them. He always hung out with them, and but when he was home, he was always, it's crazy because he was always home. He was always with us. He always liked to go to dinner with us. He always liked to spend time with his dad too. So I think there were maybe 10 Jakes. There had to be, for him to be able to make the impact and do all the things he did.
I think he looked up to me a lot. I know he looked up to my dad, his grandpa, both of his grandpas. He looked up to a lot of people and learned a lot from a lot of people. Different subject matters. Whoever it was, he'd just study it and learn from those people.
We were very close, very much alike with our personalities. He was my little buddy.
We've learned a lot since his death, that he was friends with everybody. He made friends with the people that didn't have the friends that they should have had, and we're learning now he may have been their only friend. And that's just how he was. He didn't want anybody to ever be sad or to feel down about themselves or to have
not have friends, I guess, would be a good way to put it.
When we went on spring break, he was trying to get the seagulls to chase him. And so he didn't have any food to give to them. So he would pick up like a seashell. And at first they weren't coming after him, but they noticed him holding up his hand, and all of a sudden the seagulls started diving after Jake. And Jake took off running, he threw the seashells, and just took off running down the beach, screaming. He was probably maybe 5th or 6th grade. But that's when
Good memories, Virginia. As part of Jake's birthday gift from me, I decided that the two of us were going to go parasailing. Neither one of us had ever done it before, so we were having a blast. You get up there and you feel just so calm and relaxed. It's not windy or whipping you around or anything, and I'm just like enjoying it, taking it all in, and he's like terrified, holding on for dear life, like, Kayla, don't do that. I'm like, what if this cord breaks? And we snap and we fall into the ocean. He's like, stop, like just panicking. And then we get done. He's like, that was so much fun. I want to go do it again. But while we were actually up there, he was mortified. Riding out on the boat together and everything, he'd even said, like, this is my first time being on a speedboat and riding out. Like, this is really cool. And then he took up fishing eventually and loved doing all of that sort of stuff. But the parasailing was one of the most peaceful things that I've ever done in my life personally. And looking back now, I'm really glad that it was with Jake and that we had that experience together.
He was a little mini me to Kevin, and if Kevin liked it, Jake liked it. It was the harmonica. It was wearing bibs on Friday, which was stupid and silly, and his friends weren't. That's not what his friends were doing, but that's what his dad was doing. So that's what Jake wanted to do. And, you know, he looked up to Kevin a lot and said if he could be half the dad Kevin was, that he would be happy in life. And he said he just always wanted to make him happy. So I know he looked up to his dad a lot.
He was just a great kid, and I miss him like crazy.
He knew what life was about, and he learned how to enjoy life every day.
My mom said it in the best way. If we would have known 18 years ago that he was going to be taken from us 18 years later, we wouldn't have traded it for anything in the world, because we have all those memories and we got to know such a wonderful kid.
In the 18 years of his life, I think he lived more than I've lived in my 49 years. He lived more, he enjoyed more, and he understood more about what life was about.